If you've ever heard Abbott and Costello's Who's on First skit, you know how hard it can be to get your point across. The success of a project depends on good communication. That's why you set up a communication plan. The right people, getting the right information, at the right time, and in the right way. You start with your audiences. Who needs to know about the project? The responsibility matrix is a good place to look to find your audiences. Second, what do your audiences need or want to know? Management stakeholders care about a project achieving its objectives. Early on, you give them the project plan so they can see how you're going to deliver. Later on, they want to know about progress, how much you've spent, and the overall project results. The project sponsor is tightly connected with the project. You'll probably communicate with the sponsor more often, maybe in face-to-face meetings. Functional managers initially need to know the skill sets you need, when you need them, and other things like cost constraints. Once people are on assignment, these managers want to know when their people will be done. Team members need to know what they're supposed to do. They're more likely to buy into the project if you tell them how their work fits into the big picture. As time passes, they also need to know what's coming up next. The last part of a communication plan is the how. How often, the methods you use, and the format. Face-to-face communication is good for brainstorming, getting to know people, and discussing sensitive topics. If your team is dispersed geographically, email, conference calls, and video conferencing are indispensable. You know that stakeholder management is all about getting and keeping stakeholders' support for your project. The communication plan helps by spelling out how you're going to communicate with stakeholders to keep them on board and happy. A communication plan helps ensure that people get the information they need in the most effective way. To solidify your understanding, set up a communication plan for the hospital scheduling project.